We covered the event when it happened at Commissioner's Court when Soluna, the data center company, came down and made their presentation to you. You showed a lot of interest. So did the commissioners there that day. Where are we now? What's the latest?
Yes, what we've done is obviously we've hired an attorney that specializes on abatement agreements and so on special projects. And so it looks like we're pretty much agreed to an agreement, abatement agreement. So it's moving forward, and it's phase 1 and phase 2. So this abatement is for phase 1, and the idea is that here within the next 5 years, we'll be working another abatement agreement for phase 2. And so as we know, in a county like this, what we do is we look for new value, and this adds to the value. And yes, we're giving them abatement, but needless to say, those abatements will go away in 10 years. And so we hopefully have more new projects within those 10 years to be able to continue to include or to grow our tax base, which is the idea. And so along with that comes other types of opportunities to be able to do just that.
When the company first approached you, did it come as a surprise? Were you sort of pleasantly surprised that they're interested in Willacy County?
Yes, and their representative that represents them is a local former mayor from Harlingen, Mr. Chris Boswell, which I knew from before. And so he called me up and told me that there was this project that he wanted to talk to me about and that he felt would be good for Willacy. And so that's how we were introduced to it. And then since then, we've learned that this is the forefront. There was only 3 at that time, 2 in New York State, and the other one here in Texas in the Panhandle. And then this one was going to be the 4th. And so I'm always thrilled to be in the forefront of something. And I'm glad and I'm blessed that commissioners think the same way.
And the unique thing about this is that in terms of the electricity generation needed, it's all going to be coming from the excess capacity from the wind farms.
Exactly. What they explained to us, and something that I did not know, in all honesty, is that the windmills produce so much power, but a lot of that electricity gets wasted, for lack of a better word. And so now they're picking up that and turning it into useful energy to be able to be used internationally, is what they tell me. So yeah, that's very inspiring to me to be in that situation. Now, getting back to increasing our tax base, is that one of the things that we need to keep in mind is that also helps our other tax entities, mostly our schools, and that benefits students, our kids. And so, of course, the other tax entities as well, the smaller tax entities that benefit from the tax base.
So have they said what data will be stored in these centers? Have they told you how those centers can be filled? What the purpose of the data centers is?
Well, what we're interested in all honesty, is the tax base, as I mentioned, job creation, right? And so that is something that they have committed to affect us positively, and therefore we're interested in the abatement that we're giving them. But as far as and of course we're interested in the presentation, I think you were there, was that whether it was going to produce or how much noise it was going to produce, right? The negativity of it, right? So our understanding is that the negatives are minimal, if any.
Has anyone yet done an economic impact study for the county as to what this could mean, both in terms of taxes in the long term, plus the spin-off of other companies coming in here because you have these?
Yes, and you're correct. Because we have so many projects, they're only tapping into one project. We have 7. And so the idea is hopefully, even if it's other companies that do come in with the same type of projects, so that we can benefit and not have this energy that's so-called wasted.
What's the reaction been from the residents of Willacy County? Have they got their head around it? Have they understood it? Have they asked you questions?
Well, because it's such in an isolated area, right? It's really in farmland in a corner of the county. It's not too much in the forefront. I think it will be in the forefront once it affects the county positively, especially in schools.
And the time frame?
Well, once we approve the abatement through Commissioner's Court, which should be here within the next 2 to 3 weeks, and then I believe that the construction will take between 12 to 18 months after that.
And have you said publicly what the abatement is going to be worth? How much will it be?
Yes, the abatement and it's the abatements can be done in 2 ways, right? One is a flat out abatement that will be abated by the appraised value, and the other is in lieu of taxes. We call it a pilot program, which they will commit to a certain amount for 10 years. And the reason that's beneficial is because when you appraise something, you have devaluation or depreciation. And so that's very inconsistent, especially a 10-year stretch. But when you have the pilot, you can rely on a certain amount for the full 10 years. Now, we calculated as to how much it would be in a forecasted rate for 10 years. And basically what it amounts to is about 62 to 64% abatement is what we're providing, to answer your question.
Anything else you want to say on that topic?
No, it's only that we are thrilled to have it, and we are hoping that we get more of these types of projects.
Because you have the wind farms already producing so much electricity that can power them.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Now, we do have another project that's similar to it. That's a smaller project, and that is the Lyford Storage LLC. It's a much smaller project in value, but that's one that we had approved less than a year ago, and that one is moving forward as well.
And that's a data center as well.
Well, it's a battery storage. It's a little different, but it has to do with energy.